my name is Ryan Lane, and welcome to my review channel. So for today's movie, I will be reviewing The Pope's Exorcist, starring Russell Crowe and directed by Julius Avery. Anyway, this film takes place in 1987 and follows, appropriately enough, the Pope's exorcist, Father Gabriel Amott, or Amott, depending on how you pronounce it, played by Russell Crowe. He is the Pope's personal exorcist, and he travels the European countryside, exorcising demons from people. Well, sort of. He, admittedly doesn't encounter that many actual possessions, more just people who genuinely could use some mental health help treatment. And so, by his own admission, only about 2% of the cases he encounters are true demon instances. Well, wouldn't you know it, the next case he encounters just so happens to be part of that 2%, and so he is off to Spain to rid a demon from the body of a boy of a young family that has just moved out to the Spanish countryside. So, yeah, this film is not very good, but before I go into all the bad stuff, I'll talk about the stuff I like. For starters, Russell Crowe's performance. He's really good and manages to bring out the contradictions in the character. He does believe demons are a thing, and however, he doesn't take at face value every family that says, "Oh, our insert brother, uncle, son, what have you, is possessed by a demon." I like that. Plus, he also has a bit of a comedic side to him as well, if only who deal with all the demons he encounters over the years. Limited number, but still, it really does, and it does add some intentional levity to the film to sort of balance out some of the unintentional levity. More on that later. Also, the production design and cinematography is all right. The camera movement and angles do enhance the story, and it's never horribly static in a way that makes you go, okay, come on, use something other than reverse shot for a dialogue scene, please. So, I mean, the camera movement is good there. Right? They picked a good director for the material, all things being equal. Well, that's the good stuff. Here's some of the bad stuff. The writing is cliched and underdeveloped. Pretty much outside of Father Gabriel himself, everyone else is just an underdeveloped character, like the main family that moves out to the Spanish mansion. You've got your cliched mother desperately trying to raise her kids. You've got the cliched rebellious daughter who only likes to listen to her headphones. And you've got the cliched son that won't talk because he witnessed a tragic event over a year ago. And in case you're wondering, oh, but don't they, grow as characters? Don't you learn more information about them? Not really, or at the very least, you don't learn much in the way of interesting information about them as the film goes on. Plus, the film's attempts at scares are fail at best and are laughable at worst. And mainly, it's just because what you're seeing, in visually speaking or audibly, just isn't nothing new that you haven't seen done better in other exorcism movies. You've got the cross turning upside down. You've got, bodily fluids escaping in massive, copious amounts, almost comedic at times, from people's bodies. You've got little kids being possessed and using naughty 4 little words. It's all tried and true, and it's not done very well. Also, the film's attempts at scares are comedic. Like, this film is unintentionally hilarious, and I mean really unintentionally hilarious. I feel like the most telling scene that is sort of is a bit of a microcosm for the whole movie is the scene where, this little boy, he's been possessed, and, a priest is like, okay, I'm going to go in and help your son. And so he goes in, and 1 second later, and not barely 1 second later, he's slammed out violently out of the room, and it's like practically out of a Looney Tunes cartoon, complete with with broken physics and comedic timing to boot. Plus, the film also tries to do some introspection of its characters and their past, both on an individual and organizational level, specifically that of the Catholic Church and their sins respectively. And at best, it's not very compelling. At worst, it kind of feels like it's trying to deflect blame rather than ask for forgiveness. And what I mean, well, without giving away too much spoilers, it involves the Spanish Inquisition and an explanation for quote unquote why it happened. So, and I don't know, I found the explanation to be weak at best. And, so yeah. So overall, despite having a really good performance by Russell Crowe and some, nice cinematography, the Pope's Exorcist, isn't worth much of a watch unless you want, have a good laugh at film's expense. So, with all that in mind, I will be giving The Pope's Exorcist 1.5 out of 5 stars. Anyway, thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day. If you like this review and would like to see more like it, be sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment down below. And for today's comment section prompt of the day, did you like The Pope's Exorcist? Why or why not?